Alright, I'm in my kitchen making some chicken feed, some homemade chicken feed for the chickens because they've been eating like crazy. They're filling up a quart, I've been filling up a quart mason jar full of their chicken feed and they eat it within 2 hours. So I'm trying to give them some sort of a supplement. So what I have here is, I pull out my compost bin, which I don't have much in it right now because I just dumped it in the compost the other day. But I have some apple peel, I have some potato peel, I have some pepper, some, what is that? I got a peach, strawberry. So I just pulled some little bits and pieces out from this, little scraps that they can eat, and put it into a bowl. And in there I also put some alfalfa sprouts, and I put some quinoa, and some bulgur wheat so far. And I'm going to put some more grains in. They love grains, so I'm just pulling from what I have here. And I have some whole grain amaranth seeds. These are nice and tiny, so those should be good for them. I will put a little bit of grit in here. I think the bulgur may be a little bit too much for them without some grit. Otherwise, if you soften it, if you put some broken up bread pieces, when they first came in as chicks, they needed some protein and some nutrients right away. So I smashed up an egg yolk for them and tore up some bread, put all of these different grains that you're seeing me put in today, and then I watered it down. It was kind of made a mush for them. They didn't need any grit for that. Here I have just a sprouting mix. So if you want to make sprouts for yourself, it's just a mixture of different things, but they'd like that. A little bit of that in. I have some sesame seeds here. I'm going to toss those in. I'm not measuring, I'm just putting things in here. They'll be gone within about 10 minutes, knowing the way they're eating. And they like oat groats. So let me pull up my, see, now. I had already made a mason jar full of all of the different grains that we're putting in. But I'll show you the mixture that I'm doing. So you know. Let's see, what do I have here? Oh, lentils. They like lentils. Put some lentils in there. That they definitely will need grit for. And let's see what else I have. Oh, chia seed. I like chia seed as well. It's going to be an expensive mixture for them, to be honest. They're eating like kings today. Ooh. They really are. It's a lot. Here's my oat groats. Let's see, those are a little bigger pieces. Grit is necessary for those. Alright, and then all these extras. Then I'm going to put a little bit of oats in there. See if I can find my oats. You know what? We're just going to go with the oat groats today. Alright, so we have quite a good mixture here. Like I said, they'll finish this off in no time. Let's take it downstairs and let's go find the chicks. Come on, Aria, let's go check on the chicks. No, you want to go outside first? Alright. Chicks are kept in the basement. Keep them nice and warm. Beneath the tent, they're around 85, 90 degrees. Here we come. The light's going to be very bright down here. And let's look at our chicks. I have them all in a dog kennel right now. Oops. Alright, now, that mason jar of food was just filled up a couple hours ago, and they've already eaten through that. so I'll refill that for them. And I will put the mixture. There we go. I'll put this mixture all together for them. Grit in there. Now they need number 1 grit because they're still so little, and I actually went and got some grit that you use on birds, on small birds, so the grit is small enough. Normally the kind that you get in bags are number 2 grit, unless you can find in your feed store number 1. I'm just going to mix that right in there with it. I already love this. Yeah, you guys are look at that. Give them some fresh water as well. I have to clean their cage about once a day. They really do make a mess, and they pick up all these little, I shred up just newspapers and mail, junk mail I get, and cardboard to put in there. That if you just put flat paper down, they get a little, they slip around a little bit on it. Or you can use some pine shavings. I do it this way because I need to recycle this anyway, and it's a lot cheaper than going out and buying a bag of pine shavings. They seem to be doing well. They're healthy. Guys, alright, I just rinsed out their water container, and I'm going to fill that up here with water that I have setting out so it's not directly from the tap. And I've been putting for this first week that I've had them, which it'll be 1 week tomorrow, but I've been putting a little bit of the electrolytes in their water. Electrolyte pack you can buy at any feed store, and for a quart I think you only need about a teaspoon of it, not even, but a quarter of a teaspoon. So I'm just putting a little bit of that in the water. Oh, you're going to come out and say hi. Hi guys! You guys like that food, don't you? Alright, here's the water bath. That's making a mess out of this brick. I put the water up on the brick because the first day I had the water here, they would get all of the shavings and the water. It would plug up the holes, and then they couldn't get fresh water. They've grown quite a bit, though, because when I first got them, just, well, in the past week, their beaks barely reached the rim of that little dish. Alright, now I'm going to put some feed in a little mason jar. Alright guys, are you liking that? That's really good, isn't it? That'll hopefully keep it going for a little bit longer. Here. Alright. Some of these guys are really trying to fly, and when I clean the cage, I kind of put them in a little drawer. They're sitting here up on an old bed with drawers on the side, and so I just open a drawer and stick them in that drawer, and I clean up the cage. But that drawer is not not going to work much longer because it's not deep enough and they want to fly out. So I have 3 different breeds here. I have Barred Rock, are the black ones, and they'll have more of a checkered pattern when they're older. This guy, they're fast. These lighter ones are buff orpingtons, and then the darker, kind of a reddish buff, are called Red Star or Production Red, and they're a cross between Rhode Island Red and New Hampshire Reds. They get a little feisty when they're eating. Sometimes they fight over their food. What's really funny is watching them. When one starts acting a certain way, certain behavior, the others just follow. And sometimes they'll peck at these. I have manila folders around this cage so they can't get out. Oh, as you see, that one is trying to do. I'll have to rig up something different in the next few days, I think. But there's little black markings on the manila folders, and they peck at it like it's food. And when one starts pecking, they all start pecking at it. It's pretty hilarious to watch. Hi guys. You guys are going to get way too big for this dog kennel. We'll have to move them up to the next dog kennel. And then when the temperature reaches 50 degrees at night outside, as high as 50, or as low as 50, I should say, then I can start putting them outside, maybe a little bit earlier because they'll go in the poop house first, so they have some sort of shelter. So those are my chicks. They're fun.